Não cessa do fim de semana. Pana, 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 de semana. Pana, 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 de semana.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us at Mighty Builderz, and thanks for coming back to watch our Hogwarts castle build. The section we're at in the book says the 4 houses represented bravery and determination, Gryffindor, wisdom and wit for Ravenclaw, loyalty and dedication for Hufflepuff, and the values of being ambitious and cunning for Slytherin. And then that moves us on to bag 6. I do appreciate everybody watching the show. It helps our small channels grow. And just doing what we're super passionate about and being able to share with other people, talking about things that we love. And let's get into this build. So we are on page 144. We are on step 154. Looks like we're going to be adding some top parts here. So let's look at what we got here and let's get ready to start building. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I am super excited to get this build going. Alright, let's get all the pieces we need together over here really fast. Usually helps the build, because then I know if I've used all the pieces, that I've got them all in there. And then we need this. Alright. So first we've got going on it would help if I was looking at this right. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't have that part right there. But I should have it just a little bit closer this way. And then the pieces look like they fit like they're supposed to. Alright. I said, oh my gosh. I said I did something wrong. I skipped a step. Let's see what we're trying to snap here. We want to put it the right amount of pressure. There we go. See where it's not. Yep, we should be good to go. Alright, that's all those pieces. Looks like we're in nice. There's nothing for it to, well. Here's sometimes the tricky part. We definitely want to get the parts to snap in at their points. So I usually try to make sure. I should have did a better job looking at my pressure points so I was knowing where I could snap in, but I think we're totally fine right there. So we don't want it to wiggle loose, and we don't want to be adding more on top of the structure. And then because it's loose on that part, it just kind of sinks in. It could be devastating to go start back all the way at the beginning trying to get this build and rebuilding where you left off. I think we're looking for a dark brown little piece. I think I got it right here. Looks like we're adding some more shrubbery and stuff, which I like it. Ooh, 7 of these. Alright, so 3, 6, and 7. That's odd. I must have skipped a step on one of those. Thankfully I've got a bag of extra pieces. Or at least pieces that I thought were extra. They might actually have a home. So let's go ahead and get what looks like this piece is supposed to be up here. Must have missed this back on another step. That's okay. We got a chance to get it filled in right now. okay. I hope that's the only parts I was missing. And that's why I also keep all of my extra parts. And that's why I keep all of my extra parts and pieces in a separate bag that I thought were extra. Because it turned out they were not. And that I simply forgot to put them in previously on another step. But we do have these pieces still. So let's go ahead and get them in now like they were supposed to be. Adding some nice little landscape here. No! Well, let's see what happened there. Okay, that's a little odd. Did this piece come up? Is it setting on? Nope. It's just not wedging behind this one. So we're gonna redo it like that. That'll make it sit nice. It wasn't going flush. Oh my god, I did it again. Alright, let's hold it right here. Or we're just gonna snap it in ourselves. There we go. Now our pressure works on there perfect. Six and our 7. It looks like it's right there. And then our peg's gonna be right here. We got it. I like it. I like how the shrubbery's coming out with it. Alright, we got some smaller pieces incoming. So some of the parts of building this castle is getting to see parts of the movie all over in your head, or parts of the book that you absolutely loved. You know, seeing the basilisk chambers in there. Remember when Harry was down there fighting and the Gryffindor comes down and brings the sword to him. Or no, the, oh my god. The Headmaster's Phoenix. Dumbledore's Phoenix. Which I really like that Phoenix too. In the scene with like how the serpents come out of the water when they first see it. That was really cool. So when you're looking at some of these scenes, or when Ron was fighting on the chess pieces trying to win the epic battle for them, it's just really cool to see that all over again. Because it kind of relives through your head. Like you could see the visuals from the movie and then what you've had from reading the books. Which thankfully I did. I got to read the books as they came out. I enjoyed the series a lot. So I'm always curious what everybody's favorite house was, or what house you felt you belonged in. If you could leave that into the comments section, that'd be really cool. I'd love to read what house that everybody would have loved to have been in. I'll be honest with you, I was a Hufflepuff. And I loved being a Hufflepuff. Cedric Diggory. You don't always have to be the hero. Having a good loyal friend, having a good Hufflepuff in your life can never go wrong. Alright, so we've got 2 of these pieces, 1, and then 2, another one of these. Sorry, I like to just keep, I like to build with these as I go. I don't really have everything staged out. I just like to build them like I was building them in real life. Just kind of having fun and sharing the experience with people. Okay, so we've got, okay, it looks like another path that starts right here. I like how that comes out. They do a great job with these Lego sets. I think we've got this going on here. Okay, that does cover all 3 spots. I thought it was going to leave a gap for a second. I was like, oh, that's... I was hoping I didn't miss another piece. I was like, oh no, I did it again. There was something missing on another step that I didn't do. But we've got that going on. I love it. Almost there for a second. I thought it got me. Alright, so we've got 2 of these. We've got this one. Back into our bag of small pieces. I think we're going to need that one. Alright, we need 4 little squares. I'm going to have to get a lot more careful as I'm building into this because I don't want to put pressure on a spot and then just watch it all crumble. Because I'm not an expert Lego builder and I would have to probably tear it down to a section that I knew was complete right and then have to rebuild it all the way up. So we're going to try to be really, really careful. A little bit more careful than I have been. And I do hope you enjoy the videos. I love talking with everybody. And as I get more Lego knowledge, I'll be talking more about Lego builds and the history with them. Because I do love learning everything you can about a subject that you're fascinated with. I think we have every piece here. So we have that one, we have those, we have that one, we have those, we have those, we have that, and we have that. Alright, I think we're good to go. Let's start getting these pieces in here. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. Alright, let's start with this one. I do love these instructions though. They do their best job being as crystal clear as possible. Especially for something that can be very complicated on this, for all the pieces on here and how they have to be placed together just right. Looks like we're making a little small little area here, right with this walkway that runs through. Alright, we've got the 3 coming up. Alright, let's actually do it this way, because this makes it just a little bit easier for me to make sure I'm putting the pieces in the right spot. I think we've got it. We're able to move on to the next one after I get these last two in here. And you can see my nephew Dash is going to be helping me out with some of the future videos. He's always got school stuff and he's a kid, so we're never going to overwork him. We just love when he joins us in the builds, and he'll probably be helping me a lot out in my next video because he's always excited to jump in. Ooh, we're going to be putting in a lot of these now. Alright. He's always excited to jump in and help with these builds. So I'll make sure I don't get too far ahead. He never wanted to feel left out. But he does always ask me to go ahead and keep it going. Because he likes to come back and see the progress that's been done. So we'll talk about the pieces that I add and what was happening. We have got a lot of these to put in here. We're going to be doing 11. And we're done. Nice. Ooh, we got some interesting pieces coming up. I'm excited to see where these go. Let's see. And as I hope to continue growing this channel, you're just going to be watching me do every single build of every Lego that I can get my hands on. The bigger and the better. Makes it just that much more fun, that much more content to make and just share with people, sharing more history about when it was made. Alright, let's get into this next step there real quick because I'm excited to see what this is going to build. See, that was an interesting piece. Like then we're going to have a flat on there to cover those up. Alright. I'm going to do one here. Looks like this is going to be here. And this one's going to be right here. Try to make sure that's flush. Alright, we've got those pieces in there. Nice. I love it. Next step's going to be a little simpler. But we are going to step down to right here. And then it looks like we're going to have that right there. Yep, going on both of them. Now we do have a lot of smaller pieces in this one, which we're getting to use one of my, you know, it's just always been my favorite. The blue see-through. I do love blue. It's one of my favorite colors. And I just absolutely love that piece. I think these are gray. So we're going to go ahead and go with the gray ones. If not, there'll be some small color swapping later on. But that's always totally fine. Okay, so it looks like we're going to do that. We're going to do this. And then we're going to have two blue ones right here. Awesome. Ooh, we got like a little door. Check this out. This is super cool. Look at this piece, like a little door. Absolutely love it. It's got to be an entranceway. See where this goes. That's going to be cool. And if there's any favorite Harry Potter scenes, you can share those in the comments too. I'd always like to know if there was Favorite scenes. This does showcase a lot of the first Harry Potter movie. So if you want to share your favorite parts about that, that's totally fine. Or any other Hogwarts stuff that you just absolutely love. I'm a super huge Harry Potter fan. So building Legos and Harry Potter is awesome for me. I love it. Oh, we're going to make like, it looks like a little pillar. This is cool. So we ended up with a little 3-piece. That's cool. Adding them all together. All right. Let's make sure we don't make any mistakes here. So it looks like we're going to be over here. We're going to come over to here. Oh, I might have the wrong side. Nope, that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so we're going to have it like that. And then I'm thinking... Cool. And then right here. With the doorway facing that way. Oh, that looks cool. I wonder if we're going to continue down this way with stairs. I think that would be awesome. I think going through here. Oh, it's cool. I'm excited to see what we're going to be building into that. Where is this going? Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay. This is going to be cool. Let's just go ahead and get all these little pieces out right now. It's like we're building a little city part. Not a little city, sorry. Maybe buildings or something? I'm not too sure, but let's get it done. Alright, so what we need... Oh, maybe like a little... I don't know. I don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna find out, and I'm excited. So let's get this build going. Let's get this next part going. This is cool. Alright, here. I gotta do this in order just right. Okay, so then this adds another layer. Alright, I need one of these. I need one of these. I'll definitely show you guys as soon as I'm done with this. That's how we started for the first part. We need another L. We need this one. We need another one of these. There it is. Alright, okay. Let's get it. This is going right here. We're going into step 166. Had us building a bunch of little pieces on here. Alright, we need this one again, and we need one of these. Oh no, we need 4 of these and 3 of these. Never mind. I think it's these 4. Alright, so it looks like we're just going to rotate it one after another. Easy enough. Unless I make a mistake and I say, oh no. The little one, like these little ones are hard to separate. Even with the Lego separator. Okay, so this is what we've had it done. Ooh, okay, looks like little tables. I dig that. do. What have we got going on here? Let's make sure that's the right piece. Is that the right piece? I guess it does have to be one of them. Just made it look like it was solid at the top like a peg, not rounded. That is the only gray one we have like that, so it's got to be it. And we move on. Cool. So it kind of looks like little seats, like in a table, like setting. Dig it. All right, so some of these should be a door. I'm hoping some more of these are doors. It says I had 2 more. Ah, that's weird. No. I don't. I don't see printing on any of these. I hope I didn't use one earlier. No, because I'd be able to see it right now. And I could pull the part back. Unless, ta-da, it was on there. We just simply, let's make sure, oh my god, this one has a door too. Okay, so we used we had all 3, we were managed to grab all 3 doors on the first try out of random stacks. Okay, we got that fixed. I knew that had to be user error. It's always user error. But anyways, all right, so we've got 2. And then I guess it looks like it's gonna be 2 of these. Oh, these might be windows. Okay, right? Windows, not doors. Windows. I'm thinking. Looks cool though. So let's go ahead and get these little slopes on here. Alright, so we've made that with a little slope on there. And we're going to do the same to the other. Now we've got 2 of them. Alright, and then they're going to go on each... Okay, well, each one of these little singles. Just line those up properly. Try to make them flush as possible. That's cute. So we're gonna get these in here. Cool. Alright, here comes these pieces. Oh no, did I use the wrong one again? Yeah, I did. I should have separated the ones that had pictures together. So that way I wouldn't have used them in all these spots that I wasn't supposed to. But it's okay, we did get it figured out. We call them happy little mistakes. The Bob Ross happy little mistakes. And sometimes it is fun to work your way back through them. It's good problem solving. That's why I like doing this with my nephew. It does teach him really good aspects of problem solving. I like that. That's coming out really, really cool. We're adding an archway. couple more pillars. Oh my god. This piece kind of keeps falling off because it's only connected by one. And just a little bit of pressure on the wrong spot and throws it right off. But that's user error. Because I've known this because I did it a couple times, so that's all me. Oh, these are cool. So we're adding these columns to it now. That is cool. We've got these columns put in there. Add some depth. I really enjoy that. Looks like we're going to be encasing it now. Just a little bit. Cool. So they've had us at a roof. Okay, so we're going to be adding this. Looks like right here. Hold on. Why would we have them? Why would they have us put the one with the window? If you can't even see it right there. That's horrible. And that is how it shows it on here. Hold on, I'm just curious really fast. Yeah, so they had us put right here. They had that window part on there. Can you see it through here? Oh, you can. It adds depth to it. That's what it does. So you can see it all the way in the back. Instead of it just being a one row, it's two rows, adding some really cool depth to it. So you do see that third window. Here's a better close-up view of that middle window. I was curious there for a minute. I was like, that's horrible. What a waste of a great piece. Well, we learn and we go on. But we did get that. So fantastic. Fantastic. We've got that piece in there. Alright, and it ends this with saying, Muggles may be tempted to brew their own potions, but risk disappointment or worse with the results. Only witches or wizards can conjure the necessary magic required for successful elixirs. So that must be a brewing. So it's a cool little brewing spot. And that's why they say Muggles may be tempted to brew their own potions, but risk disappointment or worse with the results. Only witches or wizards can conjure the necessary magic required for successful elixirs. Okay, we did have a couple more pieces. I was wondering if these were going to go in there. Let's go ahead. Yep, and this is going to now line up on here. And gotta get it to snap in there. All right. And it does look like we're in there pretty sturdy. And we got the next piece added in there. Make sure we get our pressure point right. Oh, we almost missed a step. Okay, so this should be here. Oh, we were supposed to get another piece right here. Actually. So let's do this and let's get this back on there right. Because I think this will add just a little bit more for it to grip into. I think we got it. Just want to make sure it's completely secured in there. Cool. And add another connection point, which is something that we want in there if you can. Okay, that's all the pieces. Unless I missed a step, which is always possible. There's always a little possibility that something was skipped or missed upon the way. But I do think we're complete on this set right here. I really appreciate you, and stay tuned for opening of bag number 7.
Não cessa do fim de semana.